What's up, fam? And Grand Rising. I hope everyone talks. I am your host, Nano Torres, and 1% Talks is a interview that I do every Tuesday and Thursday, where I'm actually taking the time to get the top entrepreneurs, business owners, real estate, mindset, you name it. I'm getting the 1% of the 1% to hop on these calls and be able to, interview them and see the way that the 1% of the individuals are actually thinking. And today I have a special guest. It's actually a friend of mine. It's actually a leader of mine who I've seen who's developed the 1% mindset. And I've watched him really take himself to the next level. And I'm very excited to interview him today on 1% Talks, and I hope that you guys are also looking forward to it. So grab those pens, grab those papers, because we have a lot of amazing things about to happen, great questions that are about to be asked, individuals that you guys can learn from, and somebody that, is on the way to accomplish some amazing things. I know that a lot of the people that I've interviewed over the last couple of weeks are people who've already accomplished great things and have made multiple seven figures. But the person that I'm going to be interviewing today is on his way to make seven figures. He's on his way to do amazing things. So I know that this is going to hit a little bit different because you guys are going to be able to learn from somebody that's on his journey still and on his way to do some amazing things. So, we have my brother who's going to be hopping on here in a couple of minutes. But in the meantime, guys, send this out to a friend, send this out to a family member, send this to your team member, send this out to people who want to hear, today's call. We've been getting over 200 plus people on every single live. So I am very excited for 1% Talks today. Let me just pin this really fast in the chat for us. 1% Talks, and we are ready to go. But in the meantime, guys, let me know in the chat box, what is one thing you guys are grateful for on this beautiful Tuesday morning that we have here today. What is one of the things that you are grateful for? Because as you guys know, gratitude is the source where all good things come from. All right, guys, gratitude is the source where all good things come from. So it's important that we express gratitude each and every single day, regardless of what it is that's going on in our lives. So as you guys know, I am grateful for God. I am grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my mind, my body, and my spirit. I'm grateful for my team and all the leaders within my organization. I'm grateful for my family, my mom, my dad, my little brother, my goddaughters, Dadiana and Navaya. I'm extremely grateful for my godson, right? Wiley, very grateful for him. Grateful for, my team, all the leaders within my organization. Grateful for my brother Alex taking the time to hop on. I'm extremely grateful for my girlfriend Katie. I'm grateful for my mentors, the company that I'm a part of, the whole Mornings with Nano community, and all the incredible things that we have going on here, guys. Make sure that you guys are expressing some gratitude. Make sure that you guys are spreading the word in all your chats. Let everybody know that 1% Talks is officially live. Let's spread the word. I know a lot of people have been looking forward to these calls, and I'm excited to keep sending it out. Send it to 5 or 10 people that need to hear this out. Help me spread the word. Let's make sure that we get everybody on here, and I'm just very excited for it. So in the meantime, guys, as you guys know, we have a lot of amazing people who are going to be jumping on 1% Talks, and having my brother Alex on today's call, just opened the door for me to also interview a lot of the leaders within my organization and people that I want to be able to help out and just pick their brains, because I've had multiple people actually asked me to interview Alex. So I'm actually looking forward to this amazing call. I'm gonna bring him up here in the next 2 minutes. But for those who are here, for those who are wondering, what is 1% Talks? Nano, what is this all about? So for those who are wondering, let me give you guys a little bit of an update, right? So 1% Talks was something that we started a couple of weeks ago when, I couldn't be on YouTube, right? YouTube had, disabled me for a little bit. I couldn't go live, something with a system in my laptop that I had to fix. But I didn't want to stop doing my YouTube sessions on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So what I did was I was like, yo, you know what? I reached out to one of my mentors, Matt Gribley, and I was like, yo, bro, let's do an IG live. Let's go live. And he was like, yo, what do we name it? I'm like, you know what? Let's just talk about 1%. what the 1% of people think about, what the 1% of people, process information like. And it started as 1% Talks. Next thing you know, it became almost like a podcast, right? It became almost like a podcast. And then I started to bring in different special guests that, we can, interview and understand how they think like the 1%. And now it's turned into a whole, Instagram series. People are loving it. And I actually have a lot of special guests who are actually going to be jumping on in April that I already have scheduled. So I'm actually looking forward to the real estate agents that I'm going to be, promoting for, interviewing, the real estate agents, I have multiple real estate agents. I have a couple entrepreneurs. I have a couple athletes and a couple other people, sports agents, financial advisors, and just different people that are outside of the industry of just network marketing. So just know that I'm not going to be just interviewing people that you always see me with. I'm going to be interviewing a lot of people within my network. So I'm very, very looking forward to all of this. But with that being said, let me actually edify the person that I'm about to bring up and let me introduce him. All right. So the person that I'm about to bring up is somebody that I had the pleasure of meeting back when I was on tour in California. And when I was on tour in California, I was, obviously presenting my business to a group of individuals. But this person came up to me while I was at this event and said, bro, I've been waiting to meet you. I've been waiting to meet you in person. I want you to know that I want to join your organization. I want to work alongside you, and I want you to mentor me. And I will be one of your top leaders within your organization. Now, mind you, this guy came up to me and told me that, and I'm like, yo, this guy's for real. Like, his energy was just on some next level stuff. And, long story short, guys, he got started with me. He got started within my mentorship. And I'll tell you guys right now, this has been one of the most coachable people that I've had the chance of working with. He's been able to do so many amazing things over the last couple of months. He's one of the most consistent leaders I've ever had the chance of working with. He has a why that is stronger than anything you can imagine. His story is absolutely incredible. Hard worker, always there for his team, puts people above profits. He's been on a consistent journey of over 160, 170 plus days of consistency nonstop. And he's one of the top leaders within the organization. He's going to be a multiple six-figure earner this year, a successful crypto investor, successful trader in the markets, and on his way to make some amazing changes in his life. Without further ado, I'm going to bring up my brother, Mr. Alex. Let me just welcome him in, accept, and he should be hopping on in any second now. Yes. There he is. My brother, what's good? G,
yo, what's up, brother? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear, bro. How you feeling this morning?
Good. You know how we gotta look, man. It doesn't matter if it's morning. You know how we gotta be.
Yeah, man. You gotta get the polo. I'm glad you got the memo, the polo.
Hey, you already know what it is, bro.
That's awesome, man. Tell me, bro, how's your morning been so far, bro? I know it's 7 a.m. out there in Cali right now.
Yeah, bro. I mean, it was a beautiful morning. You know what I mean? All glory to God for him waking me up. Feeling just absolutely incredible, feeling abundant, feeling just ready to take on the day, ready to impact more people. It's funny that people don't understand that we're here to impact people, not get paid. You know what I mean? And it's funny that you mentioned that because this morning my body was like, wanting to, right? Your body just wants to, after so much consistency, want to pull you down and just say, sleep in. And I was just like, nope. Like I give myself that time, and it was 3:45 and I was like, let's get up. And it was a great morning routine. I just finished reading. I'm about to start reading this book right here, Becoming a Person of Influence with John C. Maxwell. And I'm excited, bro. It was a great morning. Trading was off point, 30 minutes in the market, 30 minutes out. And here we are.
Bro, so you're telling me you woke up at 3:45 this morning for your morning routine?
Yes, sir. Every day. You know what I mean? I think it's I get to, I don't have to, but I get to, and it allows me to pour into myself because again, as a parent, most people will make excuses. You feel me? They'll be like, I don't want to sleep in. I want to sleep in. I'm tired. I have to get my kids ready. I have to be the best version of myself. And I need to do that without my kids present sometimes. And so the only time that I can do that is in the morning. And I made that decision when I was, and I'll share a little bit later, but when I was at my mother's house, and my son was getting up with me every day, 4:30 in the morning. And I'm like, bro, I cannot pour into myself. So I was like, you know what? He's not going to wake up at 3:30. There's no way. And he wasn't. And it gave me that hour and a half, 2 hours to really pour into myself. Oh, my mom's actually on here right now. What's up, mama? So yeah, we really here just locking in.
That's beautiful, bro. Well, I want to first thank you, bro, for just being such an inspiration for all of us, bro. I had multiple people actually hit me up and said, bro, you need to interview Alex. So it wasn't like I was just randomly hitting you up, like, oh, Alex, do this with me. Like, I had multiple people over the last, week tell me, like, bro, you need to have Alex on 1% Talks. You need to have Alex on 1% Talks. But before we get into the interview that I have, because I have a very fire interview that I know a lot of people are going to get value from, I want you to tell people a little bit about your story, bro, because I know that, everybody sees Alex now and you're consistent, you're impacting people, you're traveling, you're doing all of these amazing things. But I want people to know that Alex, before all of the glitz and the glamour and the leader that you were, give us your story a little bit of how it was that you came up, where you were raised, what you were doing before all of this. I'm going to grab my journal so I can take notes with you, bro. But in the meantime, tell the family a little bit about your story, bro.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Thank you so much for having me again. Just giving it back to my mentor, an individual who decided to, take me in his organization to really make something happen. And our mentorship, you know what I mean? Needing something that was really going to benefit me. But I'll start out by saying, my name is Alex. I go by Swift. I'm a professional dancer. I'm 28 years young. I'm a father of two. And my lovely wife right here in the back as well, always running it down, holding it down for us. But before I got started in like this business of digital entrepreneurship, I've already been an entrepreneur. I've traveled the world. I was a professional dancer for 15 plus years, and I had the opportunity to teach very young, right? That was my way of being able to, share with the world what it was that I can ultimately do. And that was me being able to externally express, not internally express. And so me dancing was great, right? I had a lot of opportunities. I didn't want to go to school. It's crazy that I ended up going to school, but I really just wanted to be a part of a professional dance company, and that's what I ended up being a part of. I was a part of a professional dance company for quite some time. I traveled the world with them. We're on some of the greatest stages. I taught in lower income communities. I've taught in prisons. I've taught in correctional facilities. I teach hip hop still to this day. I teach in the Sacramento community now for underprivileged communities. But for me, something that kind of just stuck out to me was when, I'll share this a little bit, and my apologies, Mom, but, this is part of our story. But, it all started when, my mother moved away, and then I was kind of going house to house. You know what I mean? I had to fend for myself, really. I had to figure out what it was that I was doing. I was able to stay at my grandmother's house, but I had to go places. You know what I mean? I had that I was doing for myself, and a few times. And it was a struggle. It was quite a struggle. I was very much geared towards, alcohol, tats, gangs. I was always putting myself in that environment, even though I wanted to be a professional dancer. Now, you guys really gotta think about that. That makes no sense. Being on the streets at night, harming people and gangbanging, and then impacting students in the morning. That doesn't gel. So it's like, for me, felt like I was very much disconnected with myself, but I felt my dance was the only way to do that. So I decided to go to school. I did 6 years of community college. I ended up at UCLA. Now, I ended up at UCLA on a 3.0. I didn't get in with a 4.1 or 4.2. My dance was so loud in the room that they were like, you're one of the best dancers, but let me tell you this, Mr. Alvarez, you can't write. You can't write an essay. You don't know how to tell your story. You don't know how to do this. All I heard was, you can't. And so I told them, I was like, give me an opportunity, right? And one of my mentors vouched for me at that time, and I got into UCLA, and I just was loud. I got a 4.0 the entire time at UCLA. I graduated with honors, only to then, in my last year, I lost my home when I was living in South Central. I got a new home in East LA. I graduated with honors. And then I wound up homeless again. I lost my place, had to go back to my grandmother's, and then I had to go back to my mom's house. And that's when I had made that conscious decision that, you know what, I'm gonna go full-time in dance, full-time. I left the restaurant job, I left the call center job, and I traveled. I traveled around the world, and that's when I got my biggest breakthrough, when I had like all the hype. Like I was able to travel, I was able to judge, and I had a contract to go teach in China for 2 years. Well, we all know what happened, which was the pandemic. And that took place. And it's crazy because I met my wife just before the pandemic. I met her just before the pandemic. So we're connecting, and she's like, "You're gonna go to China." She's like, "Okay, cool. Let's just stay in contact." Little did we know that, you know, the whole world would be shut down, and I ended up back at Sprouts, you know, cutting onions, you know, just miserable, 80 hours a week, not able to see my family. We found out that we were having our second child at the time. And I'm like, yo, what am I really supposed to do? You know, and I decided to say, you know what, I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to go up to Sacramento. I'm going to be that person. I don't need my family coming down. I don't need to tell her, hey, no, I'm going to go to you. Right. As a man, I took that responsibility to be like, no, I'm going to go towards your life, towards your family, and we're going to make this work. And so I did that. I still was able to teach Zoom a little bit. And that's when I got introduced to this business. And let me tell you, the first year or two, right? Neno and I, it's crazy, bro. A year ago, we're together now. But I've been in this business for 3 years. For 2 years, it was a struggle. I'll let you guys know this. I failed forward. I blew out many accounts. I didn't have the right mentorship. I didn't have the right leadership skills. I thought I was selling people on a hype dream. And I stepped back and I was like, you know what? I need the right mentorship. And I remember seeing Neno Torres last year at West Palm. And I was like, yo, bro, like, I need to do this. And I was like, I was so grateful that his first stop on his tour was Los Angeles. After AZ was Los Angeles. And I was like, bro, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to be one of your top leaders. I know what you can do for me. I know it's going to be there. And since then, I've been able to impact, since this past week, we've been able to impact 40 plus lives within my team. I've been withdrawing consistently in trading. I'm a successful crypto investor. I've been able to profit in crypto. My family, because of investing and being able to make things happen, the condo that we have here in Rockland is because of that. And my wife, of course, that she helped as well. And she's incredible. And we're on our life to, you know, we're mission 500 right now. We're mission 500. I've been 171 days to this day. I'm 171 days consistent on my morning routine intentionally. And the grind is not stopping. We're going for the 365.
Sheesh, bro, that was so powerful, bro. And you know, it's funny because, you know, to watch your growth and to know that that was a year ago that I saw you in LA, and to see like a year ago LA at the spot, and then to where we are right now on literally on Instagram Live talking about the 1% mindset, and you being where you're at, the success that you've already been able to create for yourself, and just everything. Bro, I want super proud of you, bro. I'm proud of everything that you've created. You say that you've impacted 40 people, but bro, you've impacted way more than that. You can already say, I've inspired and impacted hundreds. I want you to say that hundreds of thousands, because that's where it's going, bro. You led by example. You've done so many amazing things, bro. And, you know, you're one of those leaders that a lot of people are looking to as an example now. You know, a lot of people, like I said, and I always say this to people, you know, people look at me, you know, like, yeah, but Neno already made it. You know, Neno's already an MMX educator. He's been in the game for 5 years. But, you know, individuals like, for example, like you, individuals like KV, like KV, who I see here, so many other great leaders who are on the come up, right? You guys are the right? A lot of you guys are the inspiration now for the next wave of leaders, and you know, you're leading the pack for so many amazing people, and I want to get right into it because, you know, I've noticed that you were somebody that bought into the morning routine right away, right? Mm-hmm. Can you talk about the importance of the morning routine to your success today? Because I think a lot of people overlook the importance of the morning routine, but you can be, you're attest to it, that the morning routine has definitely changed your life. Can you talk about, two-part question? Can you talk about the impact the morning routine has had on you, and what is your morning routine?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that question, bro. And what it has done for my life is it's completely changed my trajectory. It's allowed me to understand how I can respond to the world versus react to the world. I would say that first. You know, most people, I've learned to respond to so many things in this business, in this journey, in friendships, in life, where to the point where I've had old mentors, other people who maybe I don't connect with as much, but I've been able to respond, always loving, always support. So you know, it's helped me understand people, but it's also helped me become a better father, a better person in my relationship. Like my wife and I, we can connect so much more. It's funny, we kind of got in a slight argument yesterday, a few days ago, and I simply was able to be like, listen, I didn't appreciate something that was said, how can we get better and how can we work through it? And I used to be like the blow up person. We come from the hood, bro. Like I used to be like, you know what? Let me go to the store. Let me go get something to drink. Like I'm about to turn up. Where's the music? Like that's how I've been raised. You know what I mean? But now I'm like, nah, let's really talk about this, because again, most people, specifically Black and brown individuals, we don't speak about those things. And so it was really life-changing for me, because we both started our personal development journey together, her and I. After our son was born, we made that commitment when we got on your first call on Mornings with Neno on Zoom, back in the day, the Zoom days. We did that for 90 days together. And then after, and this was when the baby was first born. And then when she stopped, I just kept on going. And then it was intentional, but not. But then that's where, again, it really took me to become the best version of myself. Like the consistency, I cannot function without my morning routine. Like, I don't care if it's 30 minutes a day or 40 minutes a day. I don't care if I'm on the flight. I don't care if I'm at the restaurant. I don't care if I have to go to the car. I have to pour into myself. I get to pour into myself because I know what it does for me and what it will do for my family and also the people that are around me. Because again, I influence a lot of people now and I help a lot of people. I need to be the best version of myself. In fact, when I started doing it and I was consistent, my mom, so it's super, super important to know that you have so much impact when it comes to doing your morning routine. And the way my morning routine only goes is, I start off with, getting on my knees to God, because at the end of the day, he woke me up, he put air in my lungs, and most people didn't have that opportunity to do that today, and we got to give our love to them. And so doing that, then of course, brushing my teeth, reading my affirmations, speaking my...
Hold up, bro. Can you remind them at what time you wake up? Because I don't think the family actually knows what time you're waking up. Bro.
Yeah. I wake up at 3:30, 45 the latest. 3:30 a.m. in LA. So yeah, Cali time. So, I wake up early, right? Give myself about 2 hours, 2 hours before I hit the markets. But again, right, gratitude, affirmations, and then I do a meditation and a visualization. That's super important for me. For me to allowing myself to be in a calm state, for me to, rid away any fears, to forgive myself, to sometimes shed some tears. Trust me, I've cried many times. I'm a hood person to tell you, like, I've cried many times during meditation. It's needed. I require it for myself because, again, it allows me to rid away anything that's not serving me, but also things that do serve me. Because sometimes tears ultimately clears out things that are positive for yourself. And so I do that. I'll visualize, and I visualize myself as a Chairman 10 qualified with 500 people in my business, impacting their lives, earning and learning in this space within I Mastery Academy. And then from there, I write my goals. I journal first, journal certain topics. Today was a certain topic, about how I can help my leaders and how I can better serve them. And then from there, I start with my goals. Once I finish my goals, affirmations, and all that, I just clap it up real loud. My wife doesn't hear me sometimes, but I clap really loud and I celebrate myself because I just accomplished the thing that's going to allow me to accomplish more things in my day. It doesn't matter what goes on in my day, whether it's character building or not. I know that when I finish, I'm going to have a beautiful day because I was able to. Honestly, like if you're sleeping on it, you're really doing yourself, a disservice because again, this is where you're going to experience the breakthroughs. I always say this, my first 90 days was to break the house of what society has taught me, break the house of what the things that don't serve me, break the house on my own limitations. And these next 90 that I'm currently on are me creating the house that I want, me creating the mindset that I always want to have, the consistency that I always want, the family man that I always want to be, the entrepreneur, the leader. That's what these next 90 for. And then once you get past the 180, you're now unconsciously competent with this space, and now you can do anything. You can impact the world because you're in control of your own. You're in control of your own mind.
Sheesh, bro, that was fire right there. I'm over here taking notes on you, bro, because that was just very powerful for, just the impact that I've seen it have on you. And guys, I want you guys to know I've experienced Alex's morning routine firsthand. When I was actually in LA, I stayed at his house, his mom's house, and I remember we went to sleep on a visualization, and it was like midnight at that time, and I was like, man, I gotta get some sleep, bro. I was exhausted. We had been traveling I had been traveling to LA, so I was tired. I was jet lagged the whole nine. and we went to sleep like at midnight. Mind you, I wake up middle of the night, like 3:30, 4 in the morning, and Alex is there sitting down in meditation, just tapped in, doing his visualization, like, and I was like, yo, and I'm looking at the time, I grabbed my phone and I'm like, yo, it's 4 a.m. Like, this guy really woke up. Like, we just went to sleep a couple hours ago and he woke up, and you know, that was so awesome to see as a mentor. For me as a mentor, it was amazing to see, because I'm like, yo, it didn't matter that I was sitting. It doesn't matter that I'm here. Like, he didn't take that time to stay comfortable. He still went and did what he was supposed to do regardless. And it reminded me so much about myself, because I remember when I would go to sleep late and still be up to do my morning routine, because it was a requirement. It was a priority. It was like, I couldn't, like you said, bro, it was no matter what, I had to do that. I want to talk about discipline though, bro, because I know the amount of discipline that it takes to go. How many days in you're deep now?
71.
So I've never done 171 days straight, and that's the truth. I've never done. The most I've done, I think, is like a 120 and some change. You are 171 days consistently doing your morning routine, guys. That includes Saturdays and Sundays. Okay, I want to make that very, very clear. So just think about it: 171 days where he's woke up every day and he's made himself a priority. He's woken up and he's done his morning routine. He's done his reading. He's done his meditation. He's taken 171 days to basically work on himself. Can you talk about the importance of discipline real quick? Because when we talk about discipline, discipline is the ability to give yourself a command and follow through with it, right? Why is it that you've been able to develop such a strong discipline? Is it that you have a strong why? What is it that keeps you so disciplined? Because I know that's something that a lot of us lack. All right, but what is it that keeps you going through this all?
Man, thank you for that question, bro. It's of course my why, which is my son, my family, retiring my mother, all of those things, right? And it allows me to be disciplined. But honestly, and I got this from Tim Grover, and it shook me one time when I had a dream. It was the fears that I had in my dreams that made me get up and do it every day. Because the fear of me not being able to accomplish my dreams by sleeping in and not putting in the work that I need for myself, that scared me. Me just staying in and me just sleeping in, but in my head, all I'm thinking about is, damn, I should be up. Damn, I should be hitting up people and impacting the world. Damn, I should be studying more. Damn, I should be doing this. Damn, I shouldn't be drinking. I shouldn't be out in the streets. Like, all it did was, it just kept spinning in my mind.
Jeez,
and I was like, it literally woke me up out of my sleep to the point where I was like, yo, I have to get up. I have to get up and do this every single day, because someone out there, I know for a fact, because I post it every single day, someone out there is waiting for it to see it so that they can maybe just have a little bit more hope on their day to get up. You might not think you're influencing anybody, but you never know. You probably are. And so that's why I make it a thing, because my leaders see it. If they question it. There was one day I'll never forget. There was one day, and it was a hard day, and I slept in. I decided to sleep in, but I was still gonna do my morning routine. But I had been super consistent after 90 days, and I'll never forget it. My wife, she woke me up. She's like, babe. She was like, yo, like, you didn't do your morning routine. I was like, no, I'm going to do my morning routine. she's like, man, you scared me. Like, I didn't want you to fall off, because she sees the impact that it has.
Yeah, sheesh.
And so that moment right there, when she did that, I was like, I can't. After that moment, I was like, oh, I can't slip up. I was like, how dare me to slip up on an opportunity, on a life that I have to help other people become better? Because I know someone sees it. I have like the same 6 people every morning who look at my story every single morning when I wake up. They're waiting for it. They're waiting for it. They're waiting to see Alex get up and do what he needs to do, because it might serve as something. So I have to continue to put that work in, bro. So I say it's the biggest thing, and it leads to, you know, that right there is that decision before I go to bed as well. What are my intentions before I go to sleep? It doesn't matter what I might be feeling so tired. I put my son to sleep, and he'll he likes to sleep in my arms. So as soon as he knocks out, I like to knock out too. But before he even does that, I kiss him on the forehead. I'll say a prayer right there, because you don't have to always get on your knees and pray. You can say a prayer right then and there with my son, and I just say a prayer, and I just set the intention like, yo, tomorrow's going to be an incredible day. You're going to get up. Someone's going to be impacted by what it was, and that's where we take it there. And then, boom, I'm able to get up and make it happen.
Wow, bro, that was super powerful. Guys, if that was powerful, put some fire emojis in the chat box for Alex if he's not killing this interview right now. I love what you said, bro. The fears that you had in your dreams was what got you up. The fears of failing, the fears of not living up to your potential, the fears of maybe going back to where you started. Like, yo, that's so true right there, because I have a lot of those fears as well. And I'm glad that you were vocal about it, because, man, let me tell you, bro, there's fears that I have myself of like the same thing, you know, fear of going back, fear of if I'm not going to accomplish it in time for my parents. Like, these are things that I keep to myself, and these are the things that keep me going regardless of the struggles, the ups, the downs, the days that are good, the character building days. Like, it keeps you going regardless, and that's why I've been able to develop, you know, such a great discipline as well. But listening to yours, like, I want you to know, bro, you're being an inspiration for me. Like, I'm like, man, I got to get to that level of discipline. You know what I'm saying? And I know that you do this for something bigger. And like you said, there's always somebody watching. It's like, you got us all in with your vision right now. Like, we're all locked into like, yo, Alex is at 171 days. Like, we don't want you to slip up. You know, we're over here just like your wife, you know, like, we just as worried as well. Like, you know, I actually, before I got on this call, I was on the call with my sis Kenya, right? And me and her were on the phone call, and she was telling me, she was like, bro, you should get Alex on the call. He was like, yo, it's funny because she was like, yo, he actually had a tough day. I mean, it was tough for you to wake up this morning. She was telling me, she was like, yo, he had a rough morning. I think it would be a great time for you to interview him. And I was like, nah, I gotta interview him, because she's like the third person that has told me to interview you, and she was like the confirmation, like, yo, get him on. And that's gonna lead to my next question, which is doing things on the days that you don't feel like doing it, right? Because I always tell people those are the days that count. It doesn't count when you feel good and you wake up on time and you're well rested and all of that stuff. Talk about the importance of doing the work that's required on the days that you don't feel like doing it, on the days that maybe the night before you went to sleep late, or the night before you maybe had an argument with your wife or whatever, or things have not been going, you lost a trade, but you still have to show up. Why is it so important to show up on the days that are bad, on the character building days?
Man, it's everything, bro. It's everything. You know, as Ed Milet said, I got the quote way before Break the Code. I got it probably a year and a half ago. And he said it, man, I am most qualified to help those on who I used to be. It's everything for me, bro. Like, to work on the day, like, it doesn't matter if it's one person, right? The power of one more. It doesn't matter if it's one person that you talk to, one person that you impacted. I remember when we came back from the lock-in, and I told my team, I was like, yo, fam, I'm going to need to rest this week, and I need to recharge because we're about to go on this big 90-day run. And then my leaders were like, okay, so you're not going to be doing your calls? I'm like, no. I'm always going to be up, because how dare me stop and slow down because you guys might need it that day. The message that is needed for you could be that day. So showing up is everything to me, because I know what it does. And again, I'm most qualified. And on the days when it's so hard, bro, like tears in my eyes, or like I might just want to scroll all day. There's days like that, fam. Like, you cannot steer away from that. You got to also do some things that you want to do. If that means watching some Netflix real quick and just watching a show just to make you feel good, that's fine. I told my sis Marcy this. It was my first time meeting her. I was like, yo, I love to watch MasterChef Canada, like MasterChef Australia. Like, I love to watch things because it's the vision. Hear the twist now. The vision that they can bring something from here to life with a plate of food, and how great it was. Instills inspiration into me, knowing that no matter what I'm going through, my vision is so clear that I can still instill inspiration to other people. I can pour into people. I can thank somebody on my Instagram for them supporting me. You see, people don't think that way. I'm so grateful that I had people supporting me on IG, because I remember I had nobody supporting me on IG. So I'm always extending my gratitude. So for me, on the days when no one's looking and you're at your worst, is when you got to look at yourself in the mirror. You got to kind of be like Mel Robbins and high five yourself in the mirror, or tell yourself you love yourself. You know, it's like 84%. I think it's like an 84% thing where recorded that most people can't even look at themselves in the mirror and tell themselves that they love themselves.
Sheesh.
And so for me, it's like, I'll go to the mirror and I'll be like, I love you, bro. Like, you're good. You're successful. Everything's going to work itself out. I know you're having a character building day, but this is only one day, and you're going to get to the next one. You're going to get to the next one, because you will. And just by doing one thing, studying one go live for me, right? For with a business that we're part of, one go live, talking to one leader, one person, reaching out to my team and just seeing how they are, being intentional with my son. That one thing will compound over time. You don't think it, but it really will. But if and I have had that moment, bro. I'll share this with you guys. Before I hit my past rank that I just hit, there was a day I remember I went into I shared this with my sis Katie, and we went to Express, and I love Express. Express has incredible clothes. They have the full fit, so I'm always about rocking the full fit. For those who know, hip hop to the day for me. So it's like I love this fit. It was incredible, and I really wanted it. And I was at the mall. I was still impacting people. I still got 2 people, and it's funny. I still have 1 person who wants to join our business from that. But I remember saying something that I shouldn't have said, and I said it, and I was like, and I'll share it with you guys because it's in the past, and I don't let it manifest, but I'll say it. But I was like, man, I'm not gonna hit my rank, and it was Thursday, 2 days before convention, bro. And it was no Wednesday. I'm sorry, Wednesday, and I felt broken. I felt broken. Sorry, a week before, I felt broken. And I was so quiet that day. I didn't want to do anything. And I was still connecting with my leaders. I still did all my calls that night, but I felt so broken, bro. I cried myself to sleep.
That's crazy.
Only to wake up and still get my shit done. Sorry, my language, y'all. To still get my stuff done because I realized I'm not gonna let that thing. You get a day to feel. You get a day to cry. You get a day to do what you need to do, but do not carry it on to the next day, fam. I said, this is not going to serve me. And what happened? 14 new people in my business, 14 incredible lives that I get to impact and I get to reach out to and I get to help and I get to help them become better and I get to help them make money in this skill set like I do. That's how much it shows. So by me showing up on that next day that was hard to show up was everything because it allowed me to impact more people in this opportunity. And in fact, the next day I blew out an account, but I still showed up because I was like, you're not going to stop me from getting to what I need to get to. Even right now, there's a character building week that's happening right now. I'm like, yo, don't think about the how, don't think about the what, don't think about the if. No, just keep going and God will guide you. That's for sure. God got me. As my boy KD would say, God got me. And I'm like, I love that. I use it all the time now.
Sheesh, man. Yo, that was filled with so much value. You can just tell by the comments that everybody on this call is having breakthroughs, bro. Everybody's loving this IG live, and you're just an example, bro. You're leading the way, and the fact that you showed up on all those days that it was hard, and trust me, bro, I know out of those 171 days, I'm sure there was more tough days or character building days than they were good days. I know how it is, bro. I know what it's like to be on those runs, and something I loved about him, and I don't know if you guys realize, he was about to call it a bad day, and then he said, no, it's not a bad, he said character building day. I'm glad that you're also catching yourself in the vocabulary that you're using. There's no such thing as bad days. There's only character building days, and I love that you're catching yourself with that, bro, and I think that is so important. My next question has to do with you being a parent, right? I know that you have kids. God bless the kids. God bless the family. And I know a lot of people tend to use kids as an excuse as to why they can't work and why they can't show up and why they can't study and why they can't, wake up early. But for you, I feel like you're using it as fuel, bro. Like, and like you just said earlier, like, yo, my kids wake up at this time, so I'm going to wake up at 3:30 in the morning because I know that'll give me at least an hour and a half before my kids wake up, right? But a lot of people would be like, well, my kids wake up at this time, I'm going to wake up at that time, and I don't have time. And then they'll use the excuse like, yo, I don't have time to work on myself. I don't have time to do my morning routine. Can you talk about you using your kids, not as an excuse, but as fuel to do what's required in order for you to create a better life for them? Because that is so important for me, bro.
Yeah, man. Oh, brother, man. I'm gonna touch some people right now, man. And thank you to everybody being on this live. I truly appreciate every single one of you being present with us today and getting this opportunity to get value. Man, one, shout out to my wife again. She's an incredible mother. She's everything. She's everything. The way she parents our kids, the way she does things. Again, I'm not for the school. She's the one who does the homework with the kids. I don't believe in school, so I'm just like, they gonna trade. They're gonna run this business. Like they're gonna dance. Like I'm just like, we're gonna be able to have an abundant life to the point where they can choose what they want to do, right? But again, they have to do hard work, and you know, we had a home, we had our house, you know, when our kids were born. And then, you know, when I had to move and I had to go back to LA and I was sleeping on my mom's couch, it was that first moment. It was that first moment when I had to take care of my son by myself for some time that it shook me to my core. I'll never forget, because again, you guys, my mother, she was a single mother, raised 2 kids. Shout out to my mother, incredible. She everything on how to become a man. No father figure, no nothing. I have mentors who were males, but my mom walked it, she talked it, and she was that. It didn't matter what she went through. I give her her flowers every day. That's why I will retire my mother, and she will be able to have a life filled with abundance, because again, she busted her ass off for me, y'all. So I'll never forget, you know, when I had my son and I was holding him, I didn't know how to be for myself as a father, because I didn't have a father. So I was very scared, bro. I was very, very scared. And that's what shifted my personal development journey, because I had to figure out, how am I supposed to do this without any father figure present? No one to guide me, no one to show me. And all I knew was to just love them, to just be present with them. And so seeing my kids, and it was one moment when we were sleeping. It was me, my wife, my son, and my younger one. We were sleeping at my mom's house, all in the couch, all in the living room. And me and my son are sleeping on the floor. And I'm looking at them, and my wife doesn't know, but I'm crying. And I'm just like, never again. I can get emotional about it right now, bro. Never again. I refuse to put my family in that type of situation. I don't care if I have to do something grimy. I don't care if I have to work a job, but I know what this skill set can do for me, which is what it has done these last 6 months since we've lived together again with our new condo. I know what it can do for me. I know what this business can do for me, and I know what it can do for others. I'm not going to stop. So I use that. I use the pain. I use that. It's like I use that suffering that I had to drive me. You use it to go eat more and be bad on yourself. You use it and you talk down on yourself. Trust me, I have some self-talk, bad, you know, character building days as well. But I'm always working on how to become better, because every day is an opportunity to get better. I wrote it yesterday on my story. I said, today is a blank page. You have the ability to write on that blank page and determine what it is that you're going to write. You're going to write some good things, or you're going to write some bad things. So they fuel me. I look at my kids and not being able to, I remember my mother being able to give us everything one point. I remember she was making so much money in Beverly Hills. She was one of the, it's funny that, you know, we're network marketers. She was the top sales marketing in for doctor's offices in Beverly Hills. And I remember her getting us, like, I remember she dropped it, 4 pairs of Jordans. I'll never forget it. She dropped the 4 pairs of Jordans. We're living in Studio City, if you know that, Hollywood. And then I remember us not being able to get anything. I remember us not being able to, you know, pay the bills. I remember us losing our home. I remember a lot of things. And so that shook me. And for me, I see that now. And I'm like, no way I'm going to lose our home. No way I don't care what it is. Right? My wife this past week, she's like, babe, we don't have enough money for rent. I was like, yeah, we do. We good. Shout out to crypto. Shout out to DCX Academy for getting me and educating me in this space, because I was able to learn and educate myself in this space where we have bills covered. We have bills covered for the next few months if I needed to. So I use what has all the things, all the bad things, all those days of me going back to the streets, all the days of me drinking, all of those things. And I look at my kids and I say, do I want that to be them? Do I want them to have the same language that I have? Do I want them to treat women the way I treated them? I was not the best person, fam. I treated women like crap when I was younger because I thought I could just make it. I'm the dancer. Everybody woo, woo, woo. No, I had to forgive a lot of people. I had to forgive myself. And then my wife accepted me for who I was. And so I was like, you know what? I need to, shout out, brother, we're chairman here. Alexa's reminding me right now that we're chairman. But I remember that, bro. And so I look at my kids and I'm like, what can I do to become better? And I see them, how innocent they are, and I'm like, all I can do is instill greatness into myself, and I can instill them.
Sheesh, bro. You know, you know why I respect you so much, bro? Because you share a lot of things that other people won't share. You know, like you're really sharing with us. Like you're being yourself on this call. You're telling us like who you were. You forgave yourself. The things that are happening. Like a lot of people wouldn't do that stuff, bro. And I respect you for not putting up a front and actually showing people exactly what you're going through and exactly what you've gone through, because I know that there's so many people on this call that are relating to that. You know what I'm saying? I know there's so many people on this call relating to your situation, relating to, you know, the fact that you're a parent and not making excuses. Instead, you're making it happen. And I think that that's what sets you apart, you know, from everything, bro, because you find, you know, you're able to see the good in everything. And I think that that's what has allowed you to, you know, continue to push forward and see the good in everything and accomplish the things that you've accomplished and just being that positive beat. You know, I've read this book once talking about, you know, you got to be a positive beat. You always got to be positive regardless of everything. And I think that's the beauty of it. You talked about crypto and you talked about, you know, having access and if you wanted to, you could pay your rent for the next couple of months, even probably a year, right? You're somebody that from the moment I started mentoring you, we started putting budgets aside. And we started with, yeah, I remember it was $50, $100, putting it away for crypto, putting it away, you know, and investing into yourself. Can you talk about the importance of putting money away and investing into things that are going to pay you long term? And it doesn't necessarily have to be crypto. It can be anything. It could be saving for real estate, saving for another type of investment. But you've been doing this now for over a year. You know, I know because we started this a year ago, and I remember we would literally we had calls scheduled throughout the weeks. Like, yo, on this day we're gonna put $100 into this. On this day we're gonna put $200 into this. And you've been putting money aside, regardless of the rent that you have to pay, bills, kids, your wife, personal stuff that you still found a way to save, even if it was $50, $100. Talk to people about the importance of putting money aside for investments that can potentially in the future grow and help them long term.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I mean, as Tim Grover would say, you know, if you think success is hard, wait till you get the bill for regret. You really got to understand, fam. If you think success is hard, wait till you get the bill for regret. You do not want to regret the current time that we are in right now. You do not want to wake up 6 years from now and be like, dang, I remember them on the call talking about getting into certain assets, certain things, right? I was not the best, right? I lived check to check, as you guys know, homeless. Like, all I knew was me. So I had to pay bills for bills. I was owing so much money to taxes. You wouldn't even know. I should have went to Mexico. Like, I owed so much. And so I had to step back and look at myself and be like, okay, well, what do I do? Right? Even to this day, like, even if you're making the smallest amount of money, you could be making 20,000 a year, fam. 20,000 a year. You must take $10, $20, $30 and put it into things. You see, I'm not against real estate. We're going to be doing that. I'm not against, you know, stocks. We're going to be doing that. We do all of those things. My team is educated in that space. But look at the volatility behind crypto. Once you get educated in that space, I'm not saying go buy Dogecoin because they put the new face on Twitter account today and now you're up a little bit and all of a sudden you think it's going to go to the moon. No, I look to educate myself, the partnerships, all of the things that are behind it. So whatever you are setting aside for yourself, ask yourself why. What is the reason for me doing this? It's not going to grow in a bank. You're going to get a 0.001 dividend at the end of the year or a month. It's not going to do anything with the dollar depreciating. Therefore, I put it into things that will work itself. You could do it in a life insurance policy. You could do it in a trust, an ETF. You name it, there's other places that you could do it. My wife, she has the life insurance policy. I do the crypto. So either one, we're still going to be successful at the end of the day in our time. But I make it a thing. It doesn't matter. I could be in my account right now. I could be at $35 in my account. If I see a pullback in the market and I know where we're currently at with this crypto market and I know what's taking place next year in the halving, I'll put $20 and I'll keep 15 for me, because I know what it'll do for my kids. I know what that $20 will do. You have to understand the current time that we're in, fam. You have to. Does that serve you to have those J's? To look fresh, but to not live fresh. There's a difference between looking fresh and not living fresh. I'm not here to look fresh. I rock the same pro clubs, the same 501s, the same khakis that I've been rocking since I was in high school. If you know, you know, in these West Coast days. Like, I'm still that person because my look is not anything to the people. It's my inside self that is important. So by me investing and doing those things, it takes me there. Like, I get so grateful that, like, I was like, dang, like I get to be able to pay off this opportunity because I traded, because I invested. And so just doing it step by step, $10 a week, $10 a week, $10 a week, $20 a week. Okay, now you're making a little bit more income. Look at it and understand, yo, what can this do? Don't ask what it can do now. What can it do 5 years from now? We always say this, and don't take this as not income claims or anything like that. Trading can make you this, but crypto can make you this. And what can you do with it based off of the things that are currently going on in the economy? With everything that's going on in the world, people are adopting crypto more and more. What do you think that's going on? People can actually, when you start to make money in crypto, you can transfer that as a form of payment into your real estate, Therefore, you don't owe any taxes on that. Therefore, now you can still appreciate in that opportunity. If you know, you know. These are the things that we take and we learn with as we go on into this space. Okay, you can actually use your crypto, which certain people are starting to do, and put it into a life insurance policy. If you know, you know. Start to research these things. Take your time. I'm not here to become successful right now. I'm successful within myself. I know that the income's going to come. I know all those things are going to go. You have to wait. You have to weed the storm and weed the people. Because let me tell you this, fam, and I'm being real. The people that I'm with now, I hope they're still with me later. Because if they are, they'll be at the top. But if they're not, they will regret not sticking with. And that's why I ride with Neno to the end of time, because I'm like, if he can do it, I can do it. And if he's going to go higher, guess what's going to be for me? Proximity. I'm going higher. Law of familiarity. We're going to do that. So $10, $20, whatever you got, look at yourself. Is that cheeseburger really good? Don't get it twisted. I love cheeseburgers. My son is a fan of it, and I eat it too. I love Pizza Fridays. Shout out to my wife. We do Pizza Fridays all the time. But sometimes I'm like, you know what? Let me step back. That $20 can go into crypto. I just put it right away. I don't even think about it. Put it in. And that's what helps me, and that's what's allowed me to be able to do it. Even if you take out a loan. See, people take out loans all the time. Be careful with this. I take out some loans, and I'm like, okay, what can this do for me long term? I can make a small payment slowly, build my credit, and then boom, that overall loan that I took out appreciates too. And next you know, because I'm in crypto, what am I expecting? Boom. But I don't put it into lower or mid cap coins or things like that. I put it into main caps, BTC, and Ethereum only, because you know what's going to happen overall. So education is critical.
Yeah, bro, I'm glad that you touched on the importance of education, because if more people were educated in the space, they would actually right now look at the space and be like, yo, this is my opportunity to really get myself to the next level. Like, people are looking at everything, and what they don't understand is that there's a lot of fear tactics happening right now with all the banks that are being, taken care. That have been going down, and all of this stuff with, Russia and all of these different countries that are going against the US dollar. Like, what's happening is, guys, eventually what's going to lead to is people are trying to transfer over, like we've been saying, over to a digital currency. And people aren't seeing this, and people aren't seeing the opportunity in this. And by the time that they do, it's going to be too late, because it's going to already taken off. Right now could probably be one of the best times for people to, I'm not saying to invest, could be the best time for you to start educating yourself. Okay, start educating yourself, start understanding what's going on. Because I always say this, and I learned this, the transfer of wealth is going to happen from those that are uneducated to the educated. And so your money is going to, if you're not educated in this space, your money is going to transfer over to the people who are educated. And that's what's happening right now. They're cutting over the middle class. It's either you're going to be poor and struggling, or you're going to be rich and abundant. I know that we're choosing to be rich and abundant because we're educating ourselves each and every single day in this space, and that's what it's all about. And I'm glad that you're talking about this, you're educating people on this, and this is something that's so important. I got 2 more questions for you so we can wrap this up, and I think that this is important because I know a lot of people are going to be able to get value from everything that you're saying right now, bro. I think it's so valuable. You're somebody who is all about, helping others. You're serving. This is something that you've been doing even when you were still a dance instructor, but back in the days, you've always been helping others. Talk about the importance of not just creating success for yourself, but creating success for others around you. Because a lot of people always make it about me, what I can do for Alex, what I can do for me, what I can do for me. But what people don't understand, that if you help enough people get what they want, you get everything that you want. So what is it that what is it that you're doing on a day-to-day basis to help serve better your people and guide people in the right direction?
Oh man. I mean, my first question to every single person on my team or anybody that I come in contact with is like, how can I best serve you? What do you need from me? What value can I provide to you? And what value could you potentially provide to me? Uh, you, as you guys know, as a professional dancer, it's very much self-centered. You might think you're for the people. I was like always wanting to, dance with people and lock in. But for myself as a professional dancer, it was all about battles. It was all about showing, who am I? Who am I? Oh, I won. I'm this person. I'm that person. And it made me toxic. It made me toxic for many, many years until I started to realize the importance of being with other people. That's why I love to club dance. I'm a club head. I grew up in the clubs and all that stuff. I love to club dance with people because it's a celebration amongst everybody. And so when I realized that and I started observing things and I started seeing things, I'm like, yo, this person's doing this. Like they were serving me in a way that they might not even know because they're just silent. They're enjoying the music. They're having a good time. So I looked at it for myself. I was like, yo, what can I do to serve people through my dance? Right? Have them become the best version of themselves, which is why people love my classes, because it's not about routine. It's about them becoming the best version of themselves within their body. And it's the same way I took that same concept and put it to my team. Okay, why are you thinking like this? What can we do to break it down? What are some things that we can do? And I always ask them first, yo, do you mind if I ask a question? Do I have permission to make you feel uncomfortable? Do I have permission to add some value to you that maybe might help you and it could potentially help myself as well with your response? Doing those things allows people to be like, damn, this person really wants me to thrive. I was just talking to this person last night. She's in Montreal, Canada. Her Instagram is not big, but she's an incredible person. She does Muay Thai, she does calisthenics, all of these things. And I was like, yo, this person, like, why is she not out there like that? Like, she's super, super loving, super giving, has a lot of energy. And I was like, I just had to give her love. I was like, yo, fam, I was like, I appreciate you for what you do. I came across your Instagram. I don't need you to join my business. That's the last thing people need, man. I'm not here to have people join my business. If you know the value and you know what we provide, you're going to be locked in with us. Trust me when I tell you. And we're going to be there to help you and guide you. But it's that person that I was just talking to. I was like, yo, I really appreciate what you do. Not many people can do what you do, at least from what I see. As a woman who could do calisthenics and really push herself, she's doing planche push-ups. She's doing all these things. Like, yo, I've not seen that. I was like, thank you so much. You serve as an inspiration to myself. I'm always looking to serve people because it's the connections. You will never go broke with the connections that you have, but you will go broke always trying to keep it for yourself. Don't let that go over your head.
That was the one right there.
You will go broke. You will not go broke with the connections that you have. But you will go broke being selfish and keeping it to yourself. I'm not here to keep it to myself. I'm here to
thank you for sharing that, guys. One more time, guys, some fire emojis in the chat box. Alex is killing this IG live, yo, and it's a pleasure for me to even get the chance to interview you here, bro, because watching your growth, watching who you've become, seeing the father, seeing the the husband that you are, everything, bro, the leader that you've become, the investor, the trader. It's like you wear all these different hats, but you wear them so well. But one of the hats that you wear the best, bro, is the Mentee hat. All right. And I will tell you guys this, and I'm going to wrap it up with this question right here. Alex, has been one of the best mentees I've had. And a lot of people want mentorship until it's time to get mentorship, right? But Alex has been able to really embody and really becomes, he's basically submitted to the mentorship that I've given him. And he's never, ever, ever gone against anything. Whatever I've asked him to do, he's done it one step at a time. Any play I've asked him to run, he's ran it. He's never taken my proximity for granted. He's never allowed the relationship that we're building to, cloud his judgment of me or any of that stuff. I want you to talk to people, and I think a lot of people need this. How is it that you've been able, because I think people need to hear this, how is it that you've been able to become such a great mentee to me, who's your mentor as well? Because I know that there's people on this call who, consider me their mentor, but you are one of those people that is my mentee, and you know how to actually leverage and know how to actually use the mentorship that you get access to. So can you talk about why it's so important to learn how to leverage your mentor the right way, and how you've been able to do it with me in particular?
Yes. Um, I'll share the bad before the good, y'all. You know, I've had incredible mentors in my life, individuals who have taught me dance, who have taught me how to become a great educator, how to articulate. Shout out to my mentor, Kevin Kane, and a few other people. But I remember, always listening to my mentors, always doing everything that was possible. I was like, yo, I'm going to do this with them. Right. And so they would teach me, they would tell me what to do. And I always did it. And it wasn't to this point where I took advantage of someone's mentorship. And it led me down a dark path. It led me down to something that I was not proud of at that time. And my mentor saved my life. She saved my life to be still the hip hop that I am, to be the dancer that I am. Shout out to her. Like without her, I would not be here as a dancer still, not being able to educate people. Like I'm still here and present because she saved my life. She changed my mentality. And so I looked at from then on, like to never take advantage of people and to always be grateful for the people who were before and the people who are now. And so, because I know that they're always looking out for your best and they always have the best intentions for you. They want you to be the best version of yourself. They're not going to tell you something that they wouldn't do. Now, if you can obviously smell BS and you realize that they're doing something that's skittish, step back, analyze, ask those questions, and then see your way out. But I know who Neno is. I know the heart that he carries. And so for me to leverage that, to be in that proximity, I realized when I made that decision, yo, I'm going to be one of your top leaders. That's a big, bold commitment. It's a bold commitment, fam. I'm not going to step away from that. I became the best dancer within our company. I became the best dancer in the world at one point, at the top of everything. I became the best, educator within the nonprofit organizations that I've been in, because I make a commitment to this company. Like, yo, I will be able to educate these people and enrich their lives and make sure that I give everything that I have. That is the same way that is here. And we are not stopping. We're on mission 5,000, but we're going to mission 100,000, y'all. Like we're not stopping. I can't stand people who say, I ride with you for life, only to ride for their success and then leave that person's success.
Sheesh.
You ride until you get your success. And then now you say, oh, shout out to you. Thank you so much. Yo, appreciate you, my guy. But then you leave them hanging and now their success hangs. The person who gave you everything, the person who does it, no, I give thanks every single day to I always say this, I'm so happy and grateful, God, that you've blessed me with my previous mentors and my mentors now and the future mentors that are coming. So I don't take that for granted. I ask intentional questions. We're brothers. We talk about life, family, friendships. We talked about relationships. We talked about everything, y'all. But then when it gets serious and we get to business, I'm like, okay, what do you need from me? Because I don't take that for granted. If he tells me to do something, if this is gonna benefit our business, if he's saying, yo, bro, I need you to run these types of systems in your business, you run the play. Yo, I need you to get on these go lives 3 times a week. You do it. That doesn't make me weak. Weak is stepping down on who you really are for yourself and looking at people like how gangs do it all day. And they say, oh yeah, you got to ride for me. Don't snitch on me. But they're not looking out for you. The person that's looking out for me, I can actually tell them something and be like, yo, this doesn't serve me. And he can be like, okay, well, how can I serve you so that we can become better? Flip it. Everything's being lied to you, fam. So like for when I talk to people and I'm here with my brother right here, man, I'm like, I know everything that he's saying has the best intentions for me to be able to elevate. And I'm not perfect, y'all. There's days when he's like, yo, bro, like the way you ran that call, nah, man, you need to get better at that. Yo, man, I need you to read these books 3 times again, because again, the way your mentorship is acting right now, it's not the way. I've had those conversations with him. But I always look to ask myself a question. What can I do to not even get that? What can I do to not even get those questions or to get those responses to me? So I look to always put myself in that feeling of, okay, I know what my mentor is requiring of me. What can I do? He's an individual where he's like, yo, he's always exceeded his mentors. I'm going to do 21 people. 20. If they say talk to 20 people, talk to 21. I'm that person. I'm that person. If I tell him, yo, bro, I'm hitting platinum 1000 with over 30 plus individuals in my business, you guys best believe we was in the chat the whole week like, bro, I got it. There's times when he's like, bro, I don't know if he's got it. I don't know if he's got it. Like the last night, and sometimes it's true. Even me, I'm like, oh man, I don't know. But get it. Doubt will crumble you, right? What's that saying, right? Right? A crumble of doubt will shatter a mountain of faith. So we don't doubt each other. We don't doubt it. I know that I can make it happen. If I say we're going mission 5,000 in the next 90 to 150 days, we're gonna do it. We're gonna be making it happen. And so, like, for me, this is like just this call because of what we're doing. And for me, even have the slightest moment to be like, yo, sleep in. I'm fired up right now, y'all. You have no idea how many people I'm about to go impact after this call because they deserve this opportunity. They deserve to be on this live. They deserve to have the proximity for what we have. Because at the end of the day, like I said, connection to everybody, you'll be a rich for your life. If you want to just stay to yourself, play video games and chill, that's not gonna cut it, fam. That's not gonna cut it. I grew up in a family where all we did was drink and chill on the yard. That serves nobody. That serves nobody, fam. I know what we can do now, and I kind of stepped away from it. But man, let me tell you, just be coachable. Don't ask a question on how you can always get better.
That was the one, bro. I mean, like I said again, bro, your ability to be such a great mentee, and this is what makes you such a great mentor, because they say, in order for you to be a great leader, you got to be a great follower. In order for you to be a great mentor, you got to be a great mentee. And this is the reason why you've been able to have such an impact. This is why so many people have been messaging me like, yo, you know, and now I get it. I get it now. People have been like, yo, get Alex on 1% Talks, get Alex on 1% Talks. And I think people wanted me to pick your brain and understand the way that you operate, the way that what drives you, what is it that has you following this discipline and 170 plus days of the morning routine, and just your ability to be such a great mentee, and your conviction and the way that you speak is just so powerful, bro. Last quick question, bro. What is the 1% mindset to you? When you think about 1%, what does that mean to you?
Oh man, the 1% mindset for me, sheesh, bro. That's like the craziest question out of all of this. One, you know, the 1% for me is looking at my life and saying, congratulations, Alex, you did it. Or me looking at my life and saying, sorry, you missed it. That's 1% for me is that you only get 1%. You only get 1%. So either I'm gonna hit that 1% on the head and be like, yo, you did it, bro. It's a barbecue when we get inside. Or you're the one cleaning up after the barbecue.
Sheesh, man, that was it right there, bro.
So I'm not cleaning. So I know for a fact we're gonna make it.
Oh shit, my bad. I stepped on my dog's tail. She was sitting on. But yo, that was so powerful, bro. Wow. Sheesh, you just said 1% means is either you're the one cooking and making the barbecue, or you're the one cleaning up after it. Yo, I haven't heard that one, but that one was so powerful, bro. Sheesh, man. Guys, put a fire emoji in the chat box if you guys got value from my brother Alex. Guys, please make sure that you guys follow him, follow his journey, because even Hazel got struck this morning. Yeah, because she be sitting right here next to me, and I moved it, and her tail got caught in the bottom of it. But man, I'm so proud of you, bro. I'm so proud of you, man, because everything that you're accomplishing, everything that you're doing. Guys, make sure that you guys follow Alex. I'm telling you guys, the next year to 2 years are going to be astronomical for this person, and you want to be able to watch it. I always say sometimes it's all about, maybe you may lack the faith, but you can borrow somebody else's faith. And you know, this is someone that you can borrow faith from, because he's going to push. He's not stopping. He's here. I promise you guys, he's not going nowhere. You guys are seeing him at the beginning of his journey. He's literally I still tell him, I'd be like, yo, we're still in the basement, bro. Like, we still haven't even got to where we want to go to, man. So if you guys don't follow Alex, follow him, because he's about to accomplish great things this year, 2023. And I'm glad that you opened it up, because now I want to interview more of the leaders within the organization as well, because I know that there's so many leaders that are on their run to becoming successful. And I always tell people, it's better to interview people when they're on their run than when they already made it. Because when you're on that run, you're just so much more hungrier. That drive is different. The discipline is different. And there's just a different level of just commitment. And I think it's just so beautiful, bro. So thank you again for taking the time to hop on, bro. We truly appreciate you. Any last words before we go, bro?
One, I just want to, I thank you, bro, for allowing me to be on your platform. You know, it allows me to serve more people, it allows me to provide more value to individuals. And I always say this to everybody, y'all, like, you got to understand, the artists and the people who have all the accolades now, you did not see them in the basement cutting mixtape after all of these things, right? And I'm going to finish off with this last thing. It's a hip hop thing that I like to use, right? Our life is a groove. So if you guys know vinyl, if you know, you know, our life is a groove. And inside that groove, you will have moments where the track might skip. You might need to replay it back. There's highs, there's lows, based off of tonality, based off of everything that goes. That's your life. But just know that that track that's playing is the best track ever, and you are that best track. So keep playing, and just know that whatever you go through, the track is always good, because that's your favorite one. So just get on those reels and just start pushing, y'all. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Nano, take it off with a prayer, brother.
Thank you, my brother. I really, really appreciate you, bro. That was absolutely incredible. I cannot say enough about this incredible call. As a matter of fact, I think you should lead the prayer today, bro, because the way you killed today's call, bro, I think you need to lead a quick prayer for us. Open it up for us real quick. I know you're also going on tour. Let us know where you're going to be going on tour, and then give us a little prayer, and then we'll wrap it up right there.
Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, fam, I'm going to be going on tour. I'll be in Houston next week. We'll be in Houston and Dallas. So if you guys are in that area, pull up. We'll be going to Arizona. We'll be in LA, Sacramento. We will be in Charlotte, Miami, West Palm, Chicago, finishing out in New York, and then we'll be in Croatia after that, y'all. So we're going to be doing it. For those who want to come with us to Cancun, be sure to come with us to Cancun. It's going to be lit. Like, we're going to be in Cancun in July celebrating and you know, a great 6 months. So if you guys are there, please, we'll be dropping the flyers. Follow me on IG. We'll love to see you guys in Houston and Dallas, our first city, so that we can really go with everybody. And then again, follow me on IG, ALMARAZ _SWIMT. I will never ask you for money. I will never ask anything like that. Yo, this is strictly for educational purposes for what I do on my IG. And yeah, I'm going to finish off with a prayer right here. All right. So everyone bow your heads. Let's get it. All right. Father God, thank you so much for blessing us with your incredible love and abundance every single day. We are so grateful that you were able to bless us with this 1% talk. This opportunity was here for us to be able to provide value to others, to give them a sense of hope, to know that, you know, they're not by themselves, to know that they are guided, that they are the light in this world, to know that they have an opportunity to serve people all around, and knowing that the connections that they have will make them so much more richer than them just being by themselves. Knowing that we are here to guide and to follow and to lead everything that you always hear that to guide us with, God. And just know that we're here to serve your purpose, and know that here, present here today, it's him and I as a vessel to be able to provide for other people, God. So I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And in your name we pray.
Amen. Sheesh. Sheesh, bro. Wow, man. Thank you so much again, Alex. Guys, like I said again, make sure you guys follow Alex. He may be in a city near you, so you guys can feel more than free to go visit him. He's going to be in all of these incredible cities, so lock in with him. Amen. God bless you, bro. Hope you have a blessed day. And guys, I'll see you guys again on Thursday for another episode of 1% Talks. I have a real estate agent, one of the top real estate agents in Miami. She's a female, hopping on the calls and absolutely killing it. I'm going to be interviewing her as well, and I'm just very, very excited, fam. So enjoy the rest of your day, and I will be reposting this to watch it. Let's get it.